Hello, I will tell you about the benefit of using computer. First, I will introduce myself. My name is Muhammad Akbar. I live in Jakarta. I am 26 years old. I am a student at Mercubuana University. My major is information system. I work at Jakarta Narcotic Prison. My hobby is playing video games. And now, I will tell you about the computer. What is computer? Computer is an electronic device that accepts data input, process data, and provide output in the form of information, whether in the form of image, text, sound, or video. Computer have some function. In principle, a computer has six basic functions, including first, data input. Computer can receive information or data from other source. Data is received through activity on the keyboard, mouse, from other computer or other equipment. And two, data output. The next computer function is to the produce output or information after going through the data processing. This information can be presented monitor, printer, projector, speaker, and others. 3. Data processing. One of the main function of a computer is to process data so that is produce output, which is in the form of information. Generally, data that is processed on a computer is in the form of text, image, audio, video, graphic, and others. 4. Data storage. Computer can also serve as a place to store data so that it can be easily found and reused. This data can be stored in the computer's internal memory or external memory. 5. Data movement. Computer can also transfer data from one computer to another or other output device. And the last, control. The development of computer. First generation computer using vacuum tubes in 1946 until 1959. 1946 was the year the first generation of computer was created using vacuum tube as a basic component of manufacture. The tube used as basic component is known to be inefficient in some aspect because it gets very hot when used. The characteristic of the first generation computer has much large hardware and takes up a lot of space. 2. The interior design of the operation system is made specifically and can only perform certain tasks. 3. Program can only be made using machine language. 4. Use magnetic cylinder to store data. 5. Requires enormous electric power. 6. Need a cooling machine because it gets hot quickly. and then have a small storage capacity, slow performance, and use the concept of store program and use magnetic core storage as main memory. And the last, the characteristic is using a vacuum tube as a circuit. Next, second generation. In this generation, computer is computer using transistor from 1959 until 1965. In 1959, the basic component for design computer is transistor technology. This component is considered much more efficient when compared to vacuum tube. Transistors are smaller in size than vacuum tube and less electric power is required for operation. The manufacturing costs are also much more affordable. The programming language has been changed to using assembly language and simply language. By using this programming language, programmers can provide instruction with words. The characteristic of the second generation of computer, has used high-level programming language operation like Fortran on COBOL. The main memory capacity use magnetic core storage. Using external storage such as magnetic tape and magnetic disk, able to process in real time and real sharing. The physical size is much smaller than the computer in the first generation, and the performance is faster, less electrical power. The use of this program is no longer fixed on business application but also on engineering application. Next, third third generation computer using integrated circuit. The third generation of computers started in 1965 until 1971, where, where computers were made using integrated circuit (ICS). This technology shifted the function of the transistor as a basic component of the computer. Transistors are still used but are reduced in size. Several small transistors are included in the IC, along with resistor and capacitor. The third generation of computer became the first computer that allow operation to interact using a keyboard and monitor with the operation system display. In addition, this computer costs less so that it can be reached by the general public. In use, transistors make computer performance hot quickly, so that the second generation of computer began to be abandoned. The characteristic of the third generation computer, first, the electricity use is more efficient, more software improved, the price is more affordable, more memory capacity, speed using IC so that computer performance is faster, has a speed of 10,000 times faster than the first generation. Computer can do multiprocessing. The computer is already using a visual display and can make sound using external storage such as a magnetic floppy disk, able to communicate with other computer. Fourth generation is microprocessor computer. from 1971 until present. The computer we use today are fourth generation computer, which are made using a basic component called a microprocessor. Microprocessor chips have a thousand of transistors and several kinds of circuit elements which are connected to one another. Intel became a company that was most influential in the development of the microprocessor chip because they succeeded in creating the Intel 4004, which was the forerunners of the development of computer. The company from Intel has succeeded in replacing large computers that have become very small, making it more efficiently. In 1971, IBM created a computer specifically designed for home circle. Meanwhile, Apple published Macintosh for the first time in 1984, which is an operation system that can be run from a computer device. Fourth generation computer characteristic can use LSI or large scale integration and already using semiconductor and microprocessor that are shaped like chip for memory. Market to the individual sector, new computers have emerged that are more efficient and easy to carry anywhere, such as laptop. And the last is fifth generation is artificial intelligence computer. From present to future, this fifth generation is actually still in the development stage, which this generation will have technology based on artificial intelligence or AI. In the history of computer development, the development of this fifth generation of computer is intended to be able to produce computer device that can respond, use the language used by human, are expected to be able to study the environment around them and be able to adapt themselves. The characteristic of the fifth generation computers still use LSI technology but with undergo a lot of development process as feature that continue to grow every year. The faster the processing of information, computer have the ability to hear, speak, see, speak and can be much more sophisticated. It can even it can even give conclusion like human. And then benefit of computer in education. First, educator can have a variety to teaching using computer. According to Sujana and Rifai, 1989, there are several learning model with computer, namely the drill and practice model, the tutor model or tutorial, the discovery model or problem solving, the simulation model, simulation, and the game model, game. This learning model can be used the educator in the learning activity so that learning is more interesting, so that it can help students to develop their knowledge. The learning ability of students can increase with the presence of computer facility. They can do tasks creatively through computer because computers are capable of displaying text, color, motion, sound, video, image, and others. industry, student psychomotor intelligence can be stimulated by technology-based education. Student can be determined which the type of direction of education is useful for them to improve the quality of their education. 4. Computer are media or tools to facilitate work. However, the key to creating a good quality education is from within the computer use. Both educator and student, without the willingness and perseverance of student to learn, computer will only be inanimate object or display that have no benefit. Next, benefit of computer in industry. First, in industry is using computer aided design or CAD. It can be said the chat is a substitute for the drawing table. From the name alone, it can be seen that this computer is for design. Most of them are three-dimensional applications in the industrial world. This type of computer can be used to create a packaging design for a product. Can also be used to design some brochure or pamphlet that will be used as promotional media. CAM or computer aided manufacturing. Computer aided manufacturing or commonly abbreviated as CAM is a computer that is used to help operate production machine. In industry, especially industry with large production scale, processing raw material to produce finished product is carried out by robots or machines so that the process is fast and according to standard. The running of this machine and robot cannot be spared from computer control, so that this type of computer is very much found in large-scale industry. 3. MRPII Manufacturing Resource Planning. This type of computer in industry is useful for making design of all production resource. It's making a production design especially for large-scale industry. It is certainly not a trivial matter. All aspects must be thought carefully. Everything must be structured because if the planning is wrong, it can have an impact on future process. This is MRPII type computer make it easy to plan. 4. CIM Computer Integrated Manufacturing. This CIM is a computer that controls all the work of other computer. So it acts as a control, or it is easier to say as the main computer. Any computerized system can be controlled and work automatically. And the benefit computer for supporting in prison or supporting my work. In my work, where I work, computer are used to access prisoner data to access data of prisoner using the SDP application. Correctional database system, it's mean SDP, in a mechanism for reporting and consolidating data management for correctional assistant or VBP. which function as a work aid according to the need of the correctional technical implementation unit, the correctional division, and the Directorate General of Correction. Correctional database system is a comprehensive information technology solution covering all correctional business process. SDP is defined as the entire information system which include the collection, filtering, management, presentation, and communication of correctional information. SDP management is a managerial, operational, and special implementation activity that involves cross-relevant work unit to ensure the SDP run under the coordination Directorate General of Correction. Correctional Assistant Citizen Database can be used as a material for consideration of policy formulation in the field of correctional institution or detention. Availability of reliable personnel in the operation of the SDP application. Availability of reports, information, letters, and policies of prisons and detention center. Compilation of data report input at the Directorate General of Correction and the Directorate General of General Legal Administration. Availability of fingerprint database of WBP and his family. Availability of nation recidivist identificational function. Established performance indicator are established. Availability of reporting model, information, letters, and policies of prison and detention that are clear and more in line with predetermined performance indicator. Fulfillment of data need that can be used in program evaluation and performance of the implementation officer at the Correctional Technical Implementation Unit, Region Office, and the Directorate General of Correction. Availability of standardized application of the finger for prisoners and prisoners' family. This is some picture when I using computer for my job. Conclusion. Computer for time to time are growing computer user and the need for computer use is also increasing. The negative and positive impact of computer we must be able to choose. We must be wise in using computer. Thank you.